Hello everyone, and welcome to BloodSpiller Gaming. In this video, I will be showing you how to improve your skills as an infantry player in Battlefront 2. I boiled this down to 6 basic points that will help you to earn the most battle points per life as an infantry player. This will allow you to respawn as vehicles, reinforcements, or heroes as quickly as possible. I will cover each point in the order of importance as I see it, and will go into detail for each one. Point 1. Know where your enemies are. Why do I consider this the most important point? Because nothing kills you faster than an unseen enemy who has you caught off guard. You need to always keep a close eye on your minimap to see where enemies are firing from. When enemies are firing their blasters nearby, your minimap will light up red in the middle. If your minimap has a cone sector lit up, then there are enemies in that direction firing their blasters. When traveling the map, do your best to stay in cover or near cover so you can either catch enemies off guard or avoid being caught off guard in the open. If you are approaching an objective, you can safely assume somebody will be camping, just waiting for somebody to shoot. Keep an eye out for these campers. Use third person most of the time, as it allows you to peek around corners and see your enemies before they see you. Adjust your field of view in settings to as high as is comfortable for you, so you can see more of the battlefront. Look both ways before you cross the road. We were all taught this as children, but some of us either don't take it to heart or don't think to apply it to a game. Look both ways before darting into an open corridor. You will feel a lot better about yourself when you stop doing this and instead look both ways. Toggle between left and right shoulder view to allow you to see around corners without exposing yourself.
Coming through.
If you play Assault and have Scan Dart equipped, use it to your advantage. It will reveal enemies. If you are playing Specialist, don't forget to look at your minimap when using Infiltration. It will reveal enemies. And make use of your scout binoculars to find easy targets. Sometimes your minimap will show the precise location of enemies, or players will even be outlined if your teammates are using abilities that allow them to share their wall hacks. Don't forget to use this to your advantage. Also, don't forget to listen. Use your ears. If you hear footsteps, a rocket launching, a lightsaber humming, or an AT-ST walking, you need to be certain that they are friendly. Don't just assume. Take a quick survey of your environment. Look at your nearby teammates to be certain they are the noisemaker, not the enemy. Point 2. Develop great aim. Why do I consider this the second most important point? Well, because if your aim sucks, you're obviously not going to win even most 1v1s. So here are some aiming tips. Pre-aim. Always keep your reticle at head level, pointing where you think an enemy is most likely to pop out. This puts you in an advantage to players who don't do this, as you will require less time to line up the shot on them. Aim down sights with a right mouse click or left trigger depress to reduce upwards recoil. In this clip, I fire the CR2 until it overheats while standing up and not aiming down sights. Then, I do it again while aiming down sights and receive a much better looking recoil pattern. I follow this up by doing the same thing while kneeling, firing the CR2 without aiming down sights. Then, again, while aiming down sights. Aiming down sights appears to reduce the upwards recoil by 33% for the CR2. If you are engaging a target at range, This is a healthy improvement, just for pressing one more button. Use strafing to aid with aiming. Mirror your enemy's movement. Aim for the upper chest or head in order to do the most damage possible.
Made out.
Tap fire fully automatic blasters when firing at a distant target in order to improve accuracy. Use third person most of the time, but in some cases it may be best to switch to first person to improve your aim. I will do this when shooting through openings in objects or making very long shots as a specialist. Point 3. Engage the enemy in one of 4 ways: camp, assault them head-on, flank them, or run away. As infantry, these are your options. You must decide which method is best at any given time by taking into consideration your own strengths, the map layout, and what will best serve your team. Camping is the easiest way to get a high KD, but also stands the risk of losing you some potential battle points while you are waiting around for the battle to come to you. Camping is best utilized when you are at a vantage point near an objective or situated between the objective and the enemy's spawn area. It is best to only engage the enemy once they feel confident that they are safe, allowing you to catch them off guard. If it seems the enemy team is not making it to the objective, and there are others already camping the objective on your team, you should shift gears and start helping your team push the enemy back into their spawn by assaulting them head-on. A head-on assault puts you right in the heat of battle, and if you are skilled at aiming, prioritizing targets, peeking in and out of cover, and letting your health reset, this will allow you to earn plenty of battle points within one life. Flanking the enemy or getting behind them can be a very rewarding endeavor. When you get behind enemy lines and take out an entire spawn wave that you catch unaware, you can have a lot of fun and allow your team to push further forward into the enemy's spawn. You can do this by taking less traveled routes to get close to the enemies. I consider running away when near death to be engaging the enemy, because it allows you to maintain your battle points multiplier so you can earn more battle points, and in turn, more heroes, vehicles, and reinforcements, allowing your team to stay on the offensive. Also, not dying avoids the time waste of running into battle after being respawned. Point 4. Strafe and roll. Strafing, or moving side to side, makes you a harder to hit target, and if used properly, can aid with aiming. Combat rolling, or dodging, can at times be extremely useful in this game, as it makes you a smaller, harder to hit target and grants you damage reduction. Just keep in mind that when you roll or dodge, you cannot fire your blaster or use any of your abilities throughout that duration. If using an ability just prior to rolling, you need to allow ample time for the game to perform the action before rolling or dodging. Otherwise, your combat roll will nullify it. Similarly, when you come out of a combat roll, you will be unable to fire your blaster or use any of your abilities for a short while, leaving you vulnerable. So, if you plan on throwing a grenade or activating Toughen Up before rolling, for example, Make sure you wait long enough for it to actually register before rolling or dodging, and know that you will be unable to shoot for a little while after the roll or dodge has completed. Rolling or dodging can be useful when trying to get into cover quickly because you are taking fire from infantry, when you are being fired upon by a starfighter,
Hey, we achieved greatness!
or when you are being attacked by a lightsaber-wielding opponent.
Into battle!
First order commander now landing. Can't see who.
Experiment with rolling at these times to find what works best for you. Point 5. Know the maps like the back of your hand. You need to pay attention to where you spawn in each game, and remember, this will allow you to better anticipate where enemies will be coming from when you play on the opposite side of the map. This will enable you to kill them before they get to their objective. Does this mean that you should spawn kill? I know we all hate being on the receiving end of spawn killing, but it is the most effective strategy for keeping the enemy from completing their objective. So, yes, spawn kill away if you like winning, or wait for them to step just outside of their spawn.
Grenade out!
Moving in the target zone.
Know which objectives matter and which ones do not. Some maps have 2 or 3 points that must be secured, some being more or less easily taken or defended. If you are the attacker, focus on securing the most difficult objective first. If you are a defender, focus on holding only the most easily defended objective. Let the others fall to the enemy. If you know you are going to be on the attacking team and need to interact in order to secure an objective, I suggest spawning in as an officer and dropping a shield on the objective in order to buy you or a teammate more time to interact. Also, you can use recharge command to allow you to drop another shield quickly if the opposing team pops it. Point 6. Be smart. Do the math. Think strategically about what you are doing. The following are some examples of some smart things that you could be doing that some people just don't think about. Only engage enemies when you have the advantage. If you are peeking around a corner and see a heavy, and you are a specialist, you need to be smart about how you engage them. You will not win against a heavy as a specialist unless you catch them off guard or outplay them. They have twice your health and a shield that absorbs a ridiculous amount of damage. Catch the heavy with their back turned, evade them, or use an equalizer, such as a shield, brawler, and stealth star card combo to melee them to death. Also, don't forget the repulsor cannon. If your team is being pushed back by an ATST, equip something to take it out. Use a heavy sentry, an ion turret, or an ion torpedo. Use a specialist ion shot, something to remove the immediate threat. On Crate, if you are the Resistance, drop shields on the generators to help protect them. Focus on protecting the ones to the rear of the map, as those are the most important ones. The generators near the rear of the map will be behind closed doors as your team gets more kills. If the enemy has no damage on those generators, the Resistance will win. If you want a lot of easy battle points on Crate, as the Empire, use Specialist with Ion Shot to take out ski speeders. This gives a lot of points and is not very difficult.
Backup requested.
Use the officer at the beginning of each game to buff teammates, and if you earn enough points from this, immediately respawn as a Liev Speeder or an LAAT. Tap fire when in the LAAT. It works much better when you do.
MC is crossing checkpoint 1.
Don't forget to detonate the officer's flash grenade early by pressing the same button you used to throw it. As of patch 1.2, Darth Vader's force choke was simplified. All you have to do in order to use it and do damage is press the proper key once, and it will apply damage for the duration of the choke. You can also cancel the choke by pressing the choke button a second time. If heavies are spamming explosive shot, use bodyguard. Iden Versio can disable her shield by firing her blaster. And now for a short recap. Point 1. Know where your enemies are. Point 2. Develop great aim. Point 3. Engage the enemy in one of 4 ways: camp, assault them head-on, flank them, or run away. Point 4. Strafe and roll. Point 5. Know the maps like the back of your hand. Point 6. Be smart. Do the math. Think strategically about what you are doing. This concludes my 6 points to improve your skills as an infantry player in Battlefront 2. If you are looking forward to more guides and want to learn more on how to improve your skills in Battlefront 2, please comment, rate, and subscribe. If you think I missed something important or would like more details on something, please comment below. I look forward to hearing from you. Until the next one, aim true and have fun.